Honorable Miriam Blanchard, the Minister for Public Works and Ports, Honorable Kelva Darrow, the Member of Parliament for Layo, our dear Ambassador, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica, His Excellency Ambassador Lee, my cabinet colleagues, our dear pastor, Pastor Bacchus, who prayed for us today, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works and Ports, Mr. Johnson, and his staff, our friends, the contracting firm, the residents of Layo, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, both here and, of course, those listening via live broadcast of this very simple but far-reaching ceremony. I just came back from my visit to Haiti and the Bahamas, two countries that were devastated in some parts by Hurricane Matthew. The destruction in those countries is far-reaching, especially with regards to properties, private homes, and business places. And it is a huge challenge in Haiti in particular, where we've had several hundreds of deaths and thousands of families displaced as a result of the storm. In the Bahamas, you had serious destruction of private properties and homes, with the sea moving into inland by over, in some cases, 1.5 kilometers, and rising to about 4 feet and 5 feet in some places. So when we, as countries in the Caribbean, speak about climate change and the impacts, the effects which it has on our countries, we're relieving the real consequences of the emission into the atmosphere. And we are very grateful to countries like the People's Republic of China for assisting us in building mechanisms to mitigate against the effects of climate change, but also for assisting in the global discussion on what needs to be done as global citizens and countries to combat climate change and its effects on the livelihoods of citizens the world over. Today we are here in Layo to witness the commencement of the York Valley Bridge. This, no doubt, is an important piece of infrastructure that will enhance opportunities in farming and tourism for the residents of Layo Valley, and Layo Park. This is a commitment which the government gave to you, and we are grateful to the government of the People's Republic of China for coming to our assistance yet again in the form of a grant to construct this important infrastructure. China has demonstrated time and time again its sincerity and commitment to the people of Dominica. And for this, Ambassador, we are always grateful for this. And we know of the old saying, a friend in need is a friend indeed. And that is China, where Dominica is concerned. And when we established relations with China in 2004, and as you know, before I became Prime Minister, there were attempts to establish relations with China. We did so on a matter of principle and also respect for international law, which recognizes that there is but one China, that is the People's Republic of China. And through these 12 years of relationship, we have certainly had a very strong and mutually respectful relationship. And Ambassador, rest assured as you end your tour of duty in Dominica, that our government, this country, Dominica, will continue to respect and adhere to the One China policy, notwithstanding the fact that there may be a minority element in the country which believes otherwise. But the vast majority of Dominicans have come to realize that you are a formidable friend to Dominica and has always been there for us in time of need. So please convey our deepest gratitude to the government and the people of the People's Republic of China, because we know that in your country, notwithstanding the fact that you are the second largest economy in the world, you have challenges which we do not have in Dominica, profound challenges. But yet, because of China's commitment to assisting countries like ours to develop our infrastructure and to expand our economy so that we can self-generate sufficient revenue to govern this country, China continues to lend a hand to us in Dominica and to many countries around the world. Resources that I'm sure you could spend in many parts of China to build schools, to build infrastructure, to build hospitals. But because of your generosity and your friendship to Dominica, you continue to assist us. While this bridge will be under construction, the new National Hospital will be under construction. A hospital which will help transform the delivery of healthcare services in our country. And our vision as the Labour Party government is to ensure that we can provide to our citizens optimal healthcare right here in Dominica, and to minimize, and in some cases eliminate, the need for our citizens to travel to neighboring countries to seek medical care. And we believe with the construction of the new National Hospital, which will be outfitted with modern technology, modern equipment, and some which we do not yet have at the hospital, that no doubt will assist in the transformation of healthcare. But not only are we investing in the infrastructure in healthcare, but over the years we've been investing in human resource development. This government has provided scholarships to many Dominicans, many junior doctors, to proceed to study and to specialize in certain areas, many of whom are back and many of whom are still at universities studying, to ensure that we have the capacity, the human capacity and the human resources at our disposal to provide that medical care to our citizens. And the Chinese government has been very helpful in the training of doctors, both at the general level, but also in the specialization area. And they have been sending us both equipment and doctors here in Dominica to transfer technology and transfer knowledge to our medical practitioners in Dominica. In education, you saw recently where the Chinese government handed over formally the new Newtown Primary School. And I give you the assurance that there is nowhere in the Caribbean you will see such an edifice at the primary level that students have access to. And sometimes we in Dominica, we criticize, we want this, we want that, but sometimes we fail to pay attention and appreciate that which we have and which we are benefiting from. So we're very grateful to the Chinese government for the continued solidarity with Dominica. To you, the residents of Layu, next week, the government will transfer to the Layu Improvement Committee a sum of money to assist with the construction of washrooms. I want by the end of 2016 for every household in Layu to have a washroom facility. And we shall make the resources available to the Layu Improvement Committee. Irrespective of who you are, once you're a resident in Layu, this government will ensure that by the end of 2016, every one of you will have a washroom facility. We shall also be providing financial support to existing and new small businesses in Layu to assist with the expansion of the economy and the economic opportunities and employment opportunities for the residents of Layu. The farmers who will be impacted upon by the construction of the bridge, and I want to thank you for your understanding that development cannot come without there being inconveniences. And you appreciate that, and you understand that, because the finished product will benefit you most, the farmers of Layu. And to assist you, we shall be doing two things for you. One, provide you with adequate supplies of inputs, and we'll do so through your farmer group organization. And secondly, to provide you with a limited amount of financial support to defray the cost of having to traverse all the way through Warner to get to your farms. And the Power Rep would have met you some weeks ago and discussed those issues with yourself. With regards to the other sections in Layu, the government has assigned funds from the Caribbean Development Bank for the reinstatement of the road from the Layu Bridge to the York Valley Bridge, and from the York Valley Bridge onto Pocasset, and go across to Sultan into Warner. And those funds are at the disposal of the government. We're in the process of going through the procurement processes as stipulated by the Caribbean Development Bank. But rest assured that those resources are earmarked for the Layu Park, Layu Valley area to reinstate the roads there. Ambassador, again on behalf of the residents of Layu and the wider country, please convey our gratitude and thanks to your government for yet another tremendous contribution to our country's infrastructure. Because without infrastructure, you are unable to build your economy in a manner in which you would like to build it. And infrastructure is important. And we have laid out in the government a very ambitious plan for the improvement of the infrastructure in Dominica. And we have given the mandate to the Minister for Public Works from the Cabinet to employ additional engineers of varying qualifications and expertise to assist the ministry with the designs and the quantities of the many interventions which we have to put in place in this country. And also, we'll be engaging a regional/international engineering firm who will be here, representatives who will be here from the 19th of October, to assist the Ministry of Public Works with the designs of many important and critical pieces of infrastructure so that we can have work started in a more efficient manner. Because as the Minister of Finance, I can say to you that we have funds to improve the infrastructure in our country. Not all of the funds, but we have, thank God, some funds to be able to improve the infrastructure in this country. As you know, we have challenges as a result of Tropical Storm Erica. Having to relocate 2 communities is not an easy task. We have been able to relocate the residents of Dubik in less than 1 year. 126 people in less than 1 year, a small country like Dominica, with limited fiscal space. The VAT which you pay is not sufficient to run the country. But because this government has been managing the affairs of Dominica in a prudent and responsible manner, we're able to collect funds, both from within and from our friendly partners, friendly countries, to assist with our development. And we've also signed a contract, an agreement, for the construction of 381 homes. 381 homes, including the infrastructure, water, lights, roads, playing facilities, a health center, a community center for the residents of Petite Savanne. And these things take time because you have to ensure that the designs are up to standards. The designs can withstand a similar occurrence like Tropical Storm Erica. So it is not like pouring concrete in a bucket and a shovel and mix it with some sand and aggregate and pour it. You have to ensure that the engineering is sound. And that's what we have been doing. And that's what you will see during the construction of the York Valley Bridge. Engineering at its best here in Dominica, based on the advice given to us from the government and people of China. And that's internationally accepted standards. That's what we're following when we say we'll build back better in Dominica. And we have to build back better. So building back better will take more time in ensuring that the engineering which is provided, the engineering advice which is provided is sound and can withstand similar occurrences. And notwithstanding Erica, this government has not faltered on its payments to creditors, not faltered on its payments of salaries to public officers. Not one of our social safety net programs have been set aside because of Tropical Storm Erica. All of these programs have been funded, notwithstanding the additional challenge of Tropical Storm Erica in Dominica. And there are some who just sit idly by, waiting for a little parliamentary salary, do nothing for their constituents, do not help one child with a school book or a school shoe, spend all their time on a radio program being negative, and negative, nothing constructive, you know. And then they talk about vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister of Dominica. You see, but you know, the majority of this country, that you have every confidence in this Prime Minister of this country. I want to thank again, finally, you know, because we have to express our gratitude. And we say we are a Christian nation. But sometimes we fail to demonstrate and express our gratitude. And I believe in people expressing their gratitude. Seek you shall find, but you also must be grateful to those who provide. Knock and the door shall be opened, but when the door is open, you must say thanks for opening the door. And when things like that come into your communities, when the government and your PAL rep are working hard to ensure we can make lives better for you, and we have friends like the People's Republic of China assisting us in ensuring that this happens, we have to say thanks. And we must say thanks both in words and in deeds and in actions. So, my dear people of Layo, do not forget who has your interests and who are there with you in good times and, more importantly, in bad times, ladies and gentlemen. That this Labour Party government has always been there with you and will be there with you, working with you to ensuring we can create a better Dominica, not only for ourselves, but more importantly for our children and those yet to be born. Thank you, and may God bless us all. God bless you.